Robin Scorpio was transferred safely to the Swiss clinic last night. Now, her mother has no idea. I told you, no one has any clue we're working together.
Ewen?
Hold on. Elizabeth. I didn't know you were here.
I'm not surprised, given what I just heard.
You okay? You seem upset. Did I do something?
No, but you were on the phone telling somebody that no one has any idea you're working together?
It was a patient.
Well, I figured so. But are you okay? I mean, you seem kind of stressed.
Yeah. No, everything's fine. It's just a special case. You know, this patient in particular is somewhat of a celebrity. You know, if people were to know she were in my care, there would be a huge reaction.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm not meaning to pry, but I'm kind of surprised poor Charles actually has a celebrity.
No, I know, but this isn't the first place I've worked. Other patients or their families make recommendations because I'm known to be discreet.
And I would never ask you to breach confidentiality, but you can tell me about Patrick, right? He's been very open with me about his detox.
Of course. Patrick's, he's experiencing physical withdrawal. You know, fortunately, he hadn't been using for long, so it's not too severe.
Yeah, it's not the pills he's going to have a hard time giving up. It's Robin. His grief was a way of keeping her with him.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty guilty where Patrick's concerned.
Why?
Kate abandoned her baby. Kate was too traumatized to know what she was doing, so she walked out, got in a train, and went to Connecticut. She didn't even know she had a child until now.
So you went to see Georgie?
Yeah, because he made some bad statements about the baby to Kate. Honestly, I wanted to kill him.
He knew about the baby?
Yeah, because Kate's priest had a big mouth. But Joe Jr. admitted that the baby died. And then he starts whining about, you know, Kate deprived him of a son.
He's just goading.
He's a lowlife, and the only power he has over me is to go after Kate. He's stupid and he's vicious, so I let him talk, right? And then as I'm walking out, he says, "Hey, Sonny, how would you feel if something happened to one of your kids?" Like he started rattling their names, like he was trying to make some kind of statement. You know?
Do you think that he would go after him?
I want tight security. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And I don't want anybody to get close to any of my children.
Doctors supposed to remain detached, not have any personal feelings for their patients.
Which is why I'm glad you're no longer my patient.
Me too. That still doesn't answer my question. Why do you feel guilty about Patrick? You're helping him.
Am I?
He admitted to having a problem. He's getting help. Yes, that's progress.
Well, let's just think about why Patrick is taking the pills in the first place. She's gone, and it's completely unfair for Patrick. You know, he misses her. He needs her. You know, sometimes there are things, you know, that we have no control over. We have no choice. We just have to find other ways to cope.
And that's exactly what Patrick is doing with your help.
Elizabeth, you know, if there were ways I could change these things,
Okay, Ewen, hey, it is not your fault Robin died. I completely understand this helpless feeling you have. I have it every time I hear Patrick's voice start to crack or Emma asks if she can go visit her mommy in heaven. It's tragic. But Patrick has to get his footing. And he will.
Yeah, no, I just wish I could fix it.
You'll do.
But Patrick's been a good friend to me, you know, and I know he's the reason why you've agreed to go out with me again.
I agreed to go out with you again because I happen to like you.
Will you go to lunch with me? I know it's short notice, but I'm seeing Patrick this afternoon, and it would be, you know, nice to have some cheerful news for him.
Sounds great. It's not like he twisted my arm or anything. Sometimes you don't see what's right in front of you.
No, you don't.
Sam blames me for the baby's death, and she can't forgive me. I guess some things you can't get past.
When was the last time
You saw JaSam?
Yes. Last night, he came to the office.
Okay, so how did things go? Were you happy? Did you talk?
I thought you weren't going to pry.
You have to resolve this with Sam. At least talk to her.
Honey, you have to be willing to hear each other out.
Yeah, but talking isn't going to solve anything, Mom. That much I do know.
I've tried to reach out to Sam, but something always happens.
Like what?
Sonny, you remember Dr. Keenan?
Mr. Grinthos? Elizabeth suggested we try this place for lunch. I hear the ribs are pretty good. Could do this at the spur of the moment.
Yeah, well, you said you wanted to try the ribs. They're the best here.
What was that about?
Mom, John was dealing with his own problems that night, and he had a bottle with him, and I helped him finish it. Not that that matters. I'm not going to make any excuse. It was two people who needed comfort, and that's the bottom line.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about. She just introduced me to a psychiatrist who's been treating Kate for months. Was that for your benefit?
No, I've met Dr. Keenan.
You know what I'm talking about. Is there something going on with you and Elizabeth?
So when you say you kissed John McBain, well, a little peck on the cheek?
No, it means we were both alone and hurting, and we both needed some sort of comfort. It was that kind of a kiss.
So it was serious.
Oh, it gets worse. Jason saw us.
McBain and Sam? Son of a bitch.
I know. No, I had to get away, and I went up to the bridge to think. And Elizabeth was there.
I know how it sounds, but I was not the only one who was wrong. If you can even call it wrong.
No, I'm not judging you. I'm just surprised.
Surprise? Do you want to hear a surprise? And let's talk about what Jason did.
Elizabeth, are you sure you're comfortable here?
Yeah, why not?
Or your friend?
You and Elizabeth, I mean, that's, a lot of history, a lot of pain.
Yeah, I know.
I guess you weren't thinking about that when you were kissing her.
That's just juvenile. You kiss McBain, so then Jason kisses Elizabeth?
The last thing I want is to hurt Elizabeth or Sam. They've both been hurt enough.
But here's the thing. No matter what's happened, Sam is still your wife.
So Jason admits that he kisses another woman.
No, Mom, it's not just another woman. Please, let's be clear on that. John and I, we were two people that were sharing a bad moment, but Jason and Elizabeth, they had a baby together. And it doesn't matter that Jake is gone, they still share this connection.
Okay, so he hurt you again. Not the first time. Apparently it won't be the last. What do you want to do? Do you want a divorce?
So, look, you're going to have to make some decisions, and the quicker you make them, the easier it's going to be on everybody, right?
I'm sorry, Ewen.
It's okay. No, you care about him, obviously. If things had been different, you might have wound up together. But that's not the case. Just failing. That you want to help him, but you don't want to get in the way of him working things out with his wife. That says a lot about your empathy and generosity. They're qualities that make me want to spend as much time with you as you'll allow.
As you know, after Brenda left, the pain buried me, and I took it out on everybody. Don't let it get that far. If you think you can't fix things with Sam, call it quits now for everybody's sake.
What stops you from patching things up with Jason?
Because what if deep down I can't forgive him? I know myself, Mom. I'm going to keep trying to find ways to punish him, and I can't do that to him. I love him too much.
Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to let someone go.
I can't divorce Sam.
Okay. What if she wants to divorce you?
I'm not going to fight, you know. I don't want to be the one who gets the lawyers involved and draws up the papers.
Are you afraid that she'll think that you're punishing her for what happened with McBain?
I don't want to punish her.
Right.
I just want this pain to stop.
You can love somebody and get to the point where your choices hurt them. Then you got to figure out what's the least of the damage. If you leave, it's going to hurt. If you stay, it's going to hurt more. So you're going to have to do what needs to be done.
Yeah, but Sam and I had a life together.
I know.
How do I just walk away?
Seems like a lifetime since our first day.
Yes, when I discovered your deep, dark secret. The harmonica.
Oh, right. Yeah, the harmonica.
What? Is there another deep, dark secret?
Jason.
What else can you tell me about Joe Jr.?
Why you change the subject?
Well, if there's even a chance that he's going to come after your family, we need to be ready.
Joe Jr.'s a coward, a liar, and I just want to give him room to make a mistake. I'm sure he's already got something planned. Something in place, a way to move against my kids.
Dead.